Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda if you're new here. If you're not new, welcome back. Thank you guys for clicking on this video. So for this video, it's going to be my weekly meal prep for WW Blue Plan. But of course, all plans are welcome to use these recipes. You will just have to alter them in your recipe builder to get the exact point value for your plan. But I am on the Blue Plan, so the points are for Blue Plan. I'm going to be showing you a breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and they're all so good and super delicious. I also wanted to note that meal prep for me, like, I don't usually meal prep Monday through Friday. Like, I don't have enough meals to last me all week. Meal prep for me looks more like 3 days because I usually will have, I like to have really good recipe and food in my fridge for like 3 days out of the week, and then I kind of like to have salads and other recipes that I make throughout the week because I like variety. So you may notice some of these recipes are smaller portions, like I'm not making 6 chicken breasts, I'm making 4 and things like that, and that's the reason why, is because I like to have variety. So I only make enough recipes to last usually around 3 days for me and my husband. So if you guys are interested in these recipes, please just keep watching. Alright guys, for breakfast we're going to be making breakfast wraps. I have some Jimmy Dean breakfast sausage. I'm going to add in there some eggs. I have fat-free cheddar and mozzarella. We're going to mix those two together. I'm going to add some tamed jalapeno peppers in there. And then in the egg mixture, I'm going to add a little bit of this Trader Joe's chili pepper sauce to kind of give it like a little Mexican flavor to it, because those are my favorite kind of breakfast burritos. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything prepared and then show you how I assemble these breakfast wraps. So I'm going to take out the sausage and cut them into small pieces, kind of like if I would buy Jimmy Dean breakfast crumbles. But I had the patties instead, so I'm going to do, I think I'm only going to do 4, and I cut them into small dices, as small as I can kind of get them. Next, for the eggs, I'm going to crack 4 eggs into this bowl. Next, I'm going to add 1/3 cup of egg whites, 1 tablespoon of the chili pepper sauce. I'm going to season it with salt and pepper. This is optional, but I am going to spray the top so that they get crispy. And I'll probably turn it... Ooh, this oil spray comes out so weird. I'll probably turn it over and spray the bottom and let it bake on the other side halfway through cooking. So just keep that in mind. Alright guys, here is the breakfast burritos. I cut them up and I put them in containers so we can just grab them and heat them up. But they look so good. That's the inside. Cheesy, jalapenos, eggs, and sausage, and like a crispy outside. The tortilla wrap is nice and crispy. Easy to heat this up the next day when they're crispy like this. So yeah, that will be our breakfast.
My strawberry kisses.
Alright guys, for the next recipe I'm going to be making meatloaf cups. So I'm going to be using a cupcake tin for this. I cannot find my other cupcake tin, so I'm going to have to do one batch and then most likely I think I might have to do another. So I am using 96 for extra lean ground beef for this. I'm going to use some baby Bella mushrooms, an onion, 1 egg, and then instead of ketchup, which is what you typically use in an original meatloaf recipe, we're going to be using roasted garlic pasta sauce because I want kind of like a marinara Italian kind of flavor. I'm going to be adding fat-free mozzarella to this, an onion. I have 1/2 cup of sun-dried tomatoes. For replacement of breadcrumbs, I do 1 1/2 tablespoons of flour. That's an option. And then I have some seasonings. I will leave that listed on the screen because there is quite a bit of seasonings I added to this. And then also I'm going to be adding some Parmesan cheese along with the fat-free mozzarella just because it adds a different flavor profile and it's really good. And it's not fat-free, so I'm only going to be using very little of this so that the points still stay pretty low. I'm going to go ahead and cut up my onions and mushrooms and I will show you what to do next. Now that I've cut up the mushroom and onions, I am going to just use some kitchen scissors. These are actually not kitchen scissors, but they work just the same, I feel like. And cut my sun-dried tomatoes into smaller pieces so that it's a little bit easier in the tin. So that is what I'm doing now. And then I'm going to just start mixing all the other ingredients into this bowl. So I don't think that was recording the whole time. So what I did was add my egg, my flour, the 1 1/2 cup flour, my seasonings, 1/3 cup of fat-free mozzarella, and we are saving the 1/4 cup of Parmesan for the top of the muffins. Once we are about to bake them, we'll add that. And I mix it together with a fork, and that's when I realized it wasn't even filming. But now we're going to add 1/2 cup of the pasta sauce. And then give that a good mix together. Alright, go ahead and add the cheese. And we're going to save the rest of the cheese for the other batch. So we're going to use just 1/4 cup total for all of the little meatloaf muffins. Last, I'm just going to add some dried oregano to the top. We're going to go ahead and pop these into the oven. They just got out of the oven and we're already eating them because I took a bite and they're so good. So I made a bowl for Joey and I made a bowl for me because I just couldn't help myself. And this is the benefit of meal prepping. Taste test. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure I point this out that we're eating 4 out of the 6 that they made.
Yeah, already.
Yeah, but there's 6 more in the oven.
Ooh, they look good.
Alright guys, here are the little meatloaf muffins. It did make 12. We already ate some because they were so good. So that is it. That will be one of our meals. I'm going to just pack it up in a container and pop it into the fridge. Alright guys, for this recipe I'm going to be making a creamy chicken casserole. It's super easy and it's like the ultimate comfort food, so I'm so excited to share it with you guys. And you can pair it with rice or potatoes. Okay, so first things first, we're going to add in a separate bowl our 98% fat-free cream of chicken soup. And I like to add just a little bit of water back into the can and kind of get all the remainder left. So I only add a splash of water, probably like 4 tablespoons worth of water. So just pop that in there. And it also thins it out, which is really great for this recipe. I'm gonna add 1/4 cup of light sour cream. This is the brand I used for the sour cream. We're gonna add 1/4 cup. I have 1 cup of mushrooms. I have 3 tablespoons of bacon. I'm gonna save a little just to add to the top. Probably like a tablespoon I saved. I'm gonna add 1 cup of fat-free mild cheddar cheese. I use the Great Value brand for that. I'm gonna add half into this and then save the rest for the top. And then for seasonings, I have salt, pepper, minced onion, and garlic powder. And I'm just gonna mix this all together. I have my 4 pieces of chicken breast. I lined my little casserole dish with olive oil spray. Now I'm gonna just add some salt and pepper to the top of this chicken so that it is seasoned also. And sea salt. And then go ahead and pour your mixture to the top. Spread that out. Oh my gosh, this looks and smells so good already. All right, now that we spread that to the top, we're gonna add the other half of our cheddar cheese so that this is super cheesy and has a cheesy top because that's always really good. We're gonna add the remainder of the real bacon bits. This is what they look like. You can get them at Walmart and they're so good. And then I have 2 stalks of green onions sliced up really thin. We're gonna add that to the top. This is optional. I'm gonna add some pepper to the top. I just really like my stuff seasoned. And no salt, just pepper. And we're gonna just pop this into the oven and let it bake. Alright guys, I cooked some white rice I'm gonna have with the chicken, which looks and smells so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and pack it up in some containers. Alright, here is the finished meal. The chicken is smothered with like cheese and cream, and it looks delicious. I added a little bit of green onions to the top, and I actually added the remainder of cheese. I had a little bit left in the bag, like maybe 2 tablespoons worth, so I did top it with some cheese and some green onions. And I'm having it with a half a cup of white rice, which is a pretty decent big serving, but you could lower the points if you did like 1/4 cup rice, but I think it's worth it and it's gonna keep us nice and full. Here is our meal prep, all done. And I have some extra rice in here. Now it's time to just put it in the fridge. Alright guys, that is it for my meal prep. I hope you guys enjoyed these recipes and try them out yourself. Make sure to peep the description box and check out my website. That's where the recipes will be. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please, if you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.
Listen, baby, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide.